Oh, the weather outside is frightful.
But inside is so delightful.
It's Christmas in July.
Let's review.
Let's review
Let's review.
you
And me.
season
3.
Bum.
Bum. Yes, that is right, folks. Welcome back to Christmas in July 2016. Halfway through the month. It's about July 15th right now, so we're doing a rather unconventional choice. We're doing Murder, She Wrote, but there is a method to our madness behind this, BlueDragonFive, is there not?
Yes.
And you know what else? You know what other glorious podcast besides Christmas in July has a method to their madness? A method so maddening, but a maddening method so glorious that it's just, I don't know where I'm going with this. It's the Movie Machine Podcast! It's what happens when you take 4 funny people and improv a movie based on a random story generator. Really, 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 really fast, featuring Kyle Decker, Ben Gulliver. Wait, Ben Gulliver.
God.
Oh, God.
Oh my God, you fused them together.
I fused them together. Ben Gulliver, yes! Yes, Fusion Scrooges, Kyle Decker.
Jacob Gulliver and Ben Lifson and
Jacob
Kyle.
Gulliver and Ben Lifson, yes. Oh, God, save me, Dragon, save me.
Not Tim Decker.
No, not Tim Decker. He runs hotchocolatemedia.com. What you guys want is hotchocolatemedia.net. Why, Dragon?
Because, .com, it's all a scam. It's all conspiracy, man. It's all a hacker plot. You want to go with .net. It's a big old safety net. It'll catch you. It'll cradle. It will rock you to sleep while drinking warm milk around the holidays. And then you take that milk, you pour it in the chocolate, and you have hot cocoa.
All right, seriously, folks, just check out some awesome content from our friends at Super Academy
Hot chocolate.
at hotchocolatemedia.net. All right, Dragon. All right, so Murder, She Wrote. Like I said, there is a method behind our madness of picking the seemingly very random selection, and that is that this show was referenced quite a lot in Better Call Saul Season 2. And we might be doing a little something with Better Call Saul very soon on Christmas in July. So to get ready for that, we thought, hey, why not go over the actual Murder, She Wrote Christmas specials? So, Dragon, do you have any background for Murder, She Wrote? Because honestly, I think you and I, this is basically we're going into this blind, folks. Is that correct, Dragon?
I mean, I got the premise, and, it's always referenced a lot in pop culture. It's Angela Lansbury, she's a famous author. Angela Lansbury, a famous murder novelist. She's also kind of an amateur detective on the side. Basically, as a woman who was widowed, her husband passed away, and she basically she could have retired on the fame and fortune of her novels, but she kind of moves to this small town, and she's kind of becomes kind of a member of the small town. She keeps solving the murders, helping out the sheriff's department, and it becomes kind of a staple town. Oh, that Jessica Fletcher, oh, we love her. And essentially, that's it. This show. The main thing we should kind of talk about before going into is this show has such a staple on kind of your not your procedural cop show, but your procedural kind of mystery drama, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it very much kind of feels in the same vein of, it's almost like CSI in the style of Bates Motel, if that makes any sort of sense.
Well, I would say it's more kind of like Monk. It's like, this is the definitely precursor to something like Monk was kind of an eccentric detective solving murders, but this is this ran for 12 seasons, has won many Emmys, awards. I mean, you had this along with Columbo and all the other shows. You got at least Columbo, one with Telly Savalas, Kojak, all those types of shows.
Sure. And then, of course, you can't mention Murder, She Wrote without mentioning Angela Lansbury. Oh, yeah, basically the main reason besides the Better Call Saul connection that we're talking about this show.
Of course, and Tiki, what famous character has she voiced?
Come on. It's... Are you asking me that like it's like a trivia question? Like I'm in line for a Disney ride? It's Mrs. Potts, of course. Come on, man. Come on.
Oh, the beloved Angela Lansbury.
Oh yeah. She sang arguably one of the most iconic Disney songs of all time. Oh yes.
And also, Jason Mewes loves this show, by the way.
That's
one of the points that he loves. In addition to the CW shows, which he goes bananas for, he adores the old school kind of detective procedural. I guess.
And Downton Abbey. He goes nuts for Downton Abbey as well.
Yeah, I guess the way of phrasing this is a kind of a, tell me if this sounds right, detective procedural.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I think, yeah, mystery procedural, something like
It's
that.
like a crime procedural of some kind.
Sure.
I don't know. The point is, yeah, it's these.
I mean, I think it is kind of like in the same vein of CSI, but I think it's a little bit more classy than that, though, because like with CSI, it just kind of gets a little formulaic, whereas with this show, I've not really watched a ton of it at all, but I can tell it's like there's some cool, interesting ideas go down there. Like they kind of take some time to actually really develop well-crafted mysteries, as we're going to get into with this episode.
Oh yeah.
All right, you want to dive right into this?
Yeah, sure. Okay, so let's see. So the Forsytes, and by the way, I believe these guys are one-offs. I mean, you have a lot of one-offs in a small town. So, but then again,
that's kind of like the hard part of covering a show like this is that there's so many characters running around, and we don't know which ones are we don't know which ones are kind of one-offs, which ones are regular characters. I mean, I assume that Sid and Fletcher. I mean, obviously Fletcher is the main character. I assume that Sid is a regular.
Seth.
Huh?
Dr. Seth. Seth.
Seth. I'm sorry.
But I mean, I did a cursory search, and basically, I kind of just judging on the Wikipedia page, I get a sense of who's a regular and who's not, and basically who our main guys are. That's pretty much all I know. So I mean, I know that Angela, Jessica Fletcher, and Dr. Seth. I'm going to call him Dr. Seth. I have his name written down here. We'll get to it, like Dr. Hiltzer or something. We'll get to it. Basically, I know like our sheriff and our guys. Basically, a few main characters, and the rest of them are kind of people in the town. So I'm getting a sense the Forsytes are kind of thrown there for the mystery of the week,
Sure.
The point is, so the Forsytes, which might be a pun, the Forsytes welcome their future son-in-law and former army man, Charles Davenport, which is such a ridiculous middle name in my opinion, Charles Davenport McCumber.
Mm-hmm.
To Cabot Cove and Jessica Fletcher for 9 seasons out of the 12 right now, because we're jumping into it that late in the game, folks.
Yeah, when you said 9 seasons, I was like, oh boy, I don't know, about this one.
It's as far as I can tell, I think we're fine. Like the only thing I could tell, just kind of doing cursory background search, is that basically it's like the doctor kind of has feelings for. Hello.
Yeah, I'm here.
Making sure your lights kind of. Anyway.
No, I just switched cameras really quick. I'm sorry.
Anyway, so basically, that Jessica Fletcher and the doctor the doctor has feelings for Jessica Fletcher, and that's pretty much the only thing that develops over time, I guess. And you can see at this point they definitely have a thing for each other.
Oh yeah. I thought it was sweet. I thought they had a really nice rapport with each other. So in a way, it is kind of nice to go into it late in the game where it's like, all right, we've seen, like, we didn't have to sit through seasons upon seasons of will they, won't they. It's like they're not necessarily together right now, but they've got a really, really good chemistry.
Well, again, from what I could find, it's like not saying they get together, it's just saying like he has feelings for her, and you can kind of see it. Again, they're like really good friends. It's like Kim Possible and Ron Stopple. They're really good friends. You can tell there's definitely a sense of something more could be there. It's basically like that. They're really good. They're really good pals, and it's a cute friendship you see in here. Again, it's kind of also kind of Wexler McGill a bit.
Oh boy.
It is a bit of Wexler McGill. Tell me I'm wrong.
No, I can see it.
Anyway, so the Forsytes, our family of the week here, they're welcoming their new son-in-law to Cabot Cove.
You made a really good commercial, Seth.
So don't. God, I was watching that to get ready for things. Don't make me miss the eye. God bless that Kim Wexler. God bless us, Kim Wexler. Anyway, so basically they're welcoming Charles McCumber here. They welcome Charlie, who's getting married to their daughter Elizabeth, or Beth for short. Mm-hmm. We have Jessica and Dr. Hazlitt, or just we'll call him Dr. Seth. It's kind of familiar, kind of professional. Dr. Seth.
Dr. Seth.
Boy, so Dr. Hazlitt, casually known as Dr. Seth. They banter about, young love, and they make an attractive couple, that sort of thing. So I think it's so cute.
Can I ask you about one thing? The episode that I saw, it was like at the very beginning, it had a recap. It had a recap of literally like everything that was about to take place in the episode.
Yes, that's an old practice of old TV shows, and they always.
That's true. I mean, it's like, could you imagine something like that going down on Breaking Bad? Like fucking, I don't know, like on Ozymandias. This goes down on Breaking Bad.
But I'll tell you one thing. When the Blue Bloods reruns come on, when my reruns of Blue Bloods come on, they always, at the end of each one, because they basically marathon the whole day, it pretty much plays like that because it has like a little like preview for the next one. It pretty much plays as what this one
Right,
is.
right.
There's pretty much a lot of the episodes in there. Like you kind of get what the gist of the next episode's going to be about. Oh no, Jamie accidentally shot a cop. Oh no.
Okay.
Something along those lines. Anyway, I'd like to know Danny Reagan accidentally shot a cop. What's going to happen?
I could definitely tell that this is the kind of show where you just swap out actors and swap out roles, and it's essentially kind of the same roles and the same stories. But in a way, I feel like there's a charming quality to it. It definitely works. It works wonders in syndication. Obviously, I think this show is like one of, it's definitely a hit in syndication. So.
Oh yeah. So let's see. So basically, this is kind of the model for your gimmicky detective.
Sure.
One of the originals. Again, we don't have Monk without this show or Columbo.
Mm-hmm.
You're detective with a gimmick. Columbo was like, he's kind of like like, oh well, I might be spitballing here, but it seems to me if this guy does this, and then it looks like he was the one that pulled the knife on her. Just like the lovable schmuck that Columbo is. So let's see. So anyway, Jessica and Dr. Seth here, they're kind of bantering about, oh yes, young love. And again, it's kind of cute. These old folks, they're really the people of advancing years. They're good friends, and they're kind of like, oh, I guess since you want these two kids to get these kids loosely.
These two young, cute, adorable whippersnappers.
Yep.
No, but in all seriousness, though, Angela Lansbury is just freaking adorable in this series.
She is.
Oh my god!
I'll tell you one thing: it'd be great if her full-grown daughter was Vera Farmiga. If they could just have something like that.
Oh hell!
The Descendants of Farmiga. I'm pitching you that show.
The Descendants of there, Dragon. I'm gonna wave my Santa flag and surrender. I surrender to your Farmiga and Lansbury comparison. I surrender, sir. All right.
If only we had thought of a Farmiga counter this season.
Oh, God.
There's so much Farmiga this season.
Okay.
Anyway, so let's see. So, they're bantering really adorably. They established that Charlie will be working for the Forsyths. Forsyths, very successful family in town, and Forsyths and.
Hold on, can I just bring up one quick thing about Farmiga?
Go on.
Globes.
What?
Golden Globes. We need to have a conversation about the Golden Globes, Dragon.
Wait, what? I don't know about this.
They were out.
Yeah?
And it's not good.
What? Don't tell me that the other member of Bates Motel did. No, not the other one. Not the other one.
Nothing. It got nothing. All right. I put that on hold.
Why would you tell me that now?
Put that on hold.
Why would you tell me that? Okay, let's continue.
Put that on hold.
I'm mad at you for telling me that right now.
I'm sorry. That was poorly timed.
How dare you? Why?
Dear.
Why? It's like, Okay, now I'm sad. All right, let's see. All right, so let's see. So, well, at least it wasn't.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
If you told me it was the Emmys, I would have thrown a chair somewhere. I would have thrown a chair. Your silence is not. Is making.
I told you it was the Emmys.
If you told me it was the Emmys, I would flip it out.
I think I told you.
You told me Golden Globes. I'm saying if it was the Emmys, you told me. I would.
Oh.
Anyway, let's move on.
Oh. Yeah, let's move on.
I wouldn't throw a chair. Yeah, just throw a chair in general. It wouldn't. All right, moving on. So now I'm feeling.
Oh boy.
I wouldn't throw it through the windows. Throw it to the side. All right.
Oh boy.
Okay. Anyway, so we established that Charlie is going to be working for the Forsyths, and basically, I assume they don't really explicitly say. I think they run a tax business of some kind. Forsyth and Irv Lazarus. So Forsyth and Lazarus have some sort of I'm sorry, not tax. Well, it's an accounting firm, which probably includes tax. Yeah, tax guys in there too. So let's see, which doesn't sit well with Lazarus' son, Bert Lazarus.
Bert.
Anytime I hear Lazarus, I keep thinking of two things. One, I keep thinking of Ra's al Ghul. I keep thinking of someone brand named the Lazarus Pit. My other thought is I keep thinking of the Tropic Thunder with Robert.
Yeah, Kurt Lazarus. Yes.
Lazarus is such a cool last name.
But not as cool as the last name is Savage.
True. Anyway, let's see. So
Max Savage.
Point is, Bert Lazarus is set up as set up as, he's jealous. Again, I love all our red herrings at the beginning. I love this mystery show does give us some. Now, T, but don't get into it now. Don't get into who you thought it was.
Okay.
But did you, at any point in this episode, kind of call the murderer?
You know what? I've got to admit the murder was really, really well set up. Like I did not know who the murder victim was going to be. I did not know who the killer was. Like I was thoroughly impressed with the good job they did with weaving the mystery this episode.
Oh yeah,
I really was. I thought, of course, looking back on it and rewatching it, it's pretty obvious when you put the pieces together. And there's a couple big tells that kind of give it away, but still, I was really impressed.
I give them points for that. A lot of good red herrings that kind of misdirected you. Anyway, so red herring number 1, Bert Lazarus. He's jealous of Forsyth here. Because he's an office manager. It's basically Jessica and Seth are kind of expositing this to each other, like, oh yeah, well, I don't think he's going to be happy because he's the office manager. Well, he isn't vice president though.
I mean, it's funny because Angela is basically, Fletcher is basically just kind of like expositing, just like, oh, this is the character dynamics, and we're just going to sit here and gossip about them, aren't we, Seth?
You see, Basil Exposition is actually her nephew.
Oh god. But you know what, she does, like Angela Lansbury, seriously, if anyone could do exposition, it's Angela Lansbury. It's like, god damn, she's a pro at it. So
the only 2 people that can do exposition that well, I mean, that's Angela Lansbury and it's Christopher Lloyd. No one does exposition like Christopher Lloyd.
Yes, that's a good choice.
I mean, they're the king and queen of exposition. Let's see. So the point is, we set up Lazarus as being jealous here. Charlie's more qualified though, because Lazarus is not too good at math. But no, like any of us, don't get me wrong. Let's not blame the guy. Charlie, however, is far more qualified. They established that he went to school. He went to some sort of college class in the military. He's got credentials. This guy. Let's see. They shout out. Basically, the Forsyths are giving a toast and basically a little Christmas toast, saying, "Hey, cheers to my new son-in-law and to this guy and to this guy," which again kind of furthers the plot, which gives us Floyd Bigelow. Again,
an amazing name. Just an amazing name. Floyd Bigelow.
It's like Bigelow or Bigelow. I think it's Bigelow.
I want to say it's Bigelow, and that's just amazing.
I'm pretty sure it's Bigelow. So anyway, give a little shout out to Floyd Bigelow of is it Benton or Benning Hard? I think it's Benning.
I don't know.
Hey, point is, he gives a shout out to the Benning's Hardware for giving Amy crap. I can't read my parent for the girl's last name. Is it Wainwright? Oh, it's Wainwright. It's Wainwright. It's Amy Wainwright for giving her time off to make the peach flambés.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, seriously, you haven't lived until you've tasted Amy's peach flambé.
Well, it's all at our Christmas in July gift shop / restaurante, Blue Dragon 5, because we've got rock soup, we've got hamburger on a stick, we've got tuba
now we've got peach flambé.
Oh yeah. I mean, we're just setting up a gourmet menu right here, man. It's a class act. It's great.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. So
I guarantee you hamburger on a stick is going to be a video when I'm in Disneyland. I guarantee you that. 1,000% guarantee you.
No, if you can make some rock soup, then that would be something.
That might be a little bit more tricky, but I'll see what I can do. I'll see what I can do about that.
Bowl, water, rocks. How hard is that?
Okay, fair enough. I can definitely get some rock soup. Now, me actually eating the rock soup.
No one's telling you to eat the rock soup unless there's someone you
really don't like. It's not like, folks, it's not like we're saying that rock soup isn't like a complete and hearty and healthy part of your balanced breakfast, and you should eat it every day.
But folks, I mean, it'll put hair on your chest, and not all of us are
Oh, God.
And by hair on your chest, we mean bloody hair on your chest. Like the Dickens. But it'll be worth it in the long run. It'll be worth it. Ask your doctor. It'll be worth it. So, point is, Floyd, they're calling it the toast Floyd. Floyd's gone up, and we see Floyd's actually getting frisky with Wanda.
Oh, boy. Wanda!
Yes.
Now, I gotta tell you, Dragon, I actually thought she was a good red herring in terms of, like, being the one who was going to be the murderer.
Yeah, me too. I was with you there for a moment.
Okay, because she very much plays it that way. She's playing very coy. She has this line early on. It's like, I'm skipping ahead just a little, but I think this line is like a good red herring line where she's like, don't worry, boys, you're going to be in for one hell of a surprise. And I'm like, because she's planning to murder someone.
Yeah, here's the thing, folks. This is gonna sound ridiculous, but because again, this really first episode I've ever watched the Murder She Wrote, aside from maybe clips of saying, and then there was Murder She Wrote, and then you see like Angela Lansbury say something, and then he kind of moves on to the next subject. Aside from that,
Family Guy having the depressing breast cancer gag, or no, not breast cancer. I don't even want to say the depressing gag that Family Guy had about it, because it's just depressing, and let's not go there. Anyways,
why did you bring? Anyway, so
I'm sorry.
What was I trying to think? Where was I? I was actually talking about something relevant. All right, the first episode I've seen all the way through here, and so for a moment I thought, because this episode, the way this episode plays, at the beginning I thought, is there not going to be a murder? I mean, is it just like a misnomer in the show?
Yeah. Is that like the gag of the Christmas episode? Is it like a big gimmick?
I'm saying it's like, because I mean, she writes novels. I'm sure murder mystery novels. That do we just call them murder even though there aren't murders sometimes? Because it took a long. I mean, I'm not.
That's kind of the fun of diving into a series like this, and that's also sort of the fun I had with Lois and Clark as well. Like some of these series that we've never even like gotten a chance to explore can lead to some of the most surprisingly fun Christmas specials, I think.
Yeah, but you know, it's like one of the things. Like my constant gripe with CSI, as much I the original CSI, not the spin-offs.
Sure.
I love that show, but I love that show until Lawrence Fishburne left. As much as I love that show, I have one gripe. It's like it's always murder. You know, other crimes happen, guys. There's only one episode in the entire series where it's like not murder, and then the B plot is murder.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, you know, the A plot is the only one time in the whole series history that's not murder. Why is it always murder? Like this show, again, you expect murder, and then hey, no murder. What's going on?
I've been lied to.
Yes, I mean, they call episodes murder. It still falls under Murder She Wrote just because he's a murder novelist. Anyway, so moving on. That is not the case. Someone does buy it, and we'll get into that. So, point is, Floyd's getting frisky with Wanda until Bert interrupts. Charlie gives.
Bert. I'm sorry. I think Bert is just the goat of the episode.
I think Bert's literally like kind of the red herring from a pup named Scooby-Doo. You know, he's just literally like the most direct. Like, yeah, we know this guy's place.
Exactly.
Out of all of them, he's the most obvious red herring. So I think, Tiki, I would be stretching here. We both instantly ruled this guy out, right?
Yeah, as soon as it's like, oh, he's yeah. I was like, okay, that's too obvious. Yeah. You know what? This is so fun. Like this show was really fun to watch because it was a genuine mystery. Like you and I were kind of on the edge of our seats, like senior citizens in a retirement home, watching this at 12:30 in the afternoon,
waiting for the next Jimmy Gimme.
That's what I'm saying, man. If only they could like do syndicated reruns of Murder She Wrote and have Better Call Saul viral marketing in there.
Because Moxie's so short and so tiny.
Okay.
Anyway, so let's see. So Charlie, I thought this bit was really classy. This is a sweet gag. I mean, this is a sweet little bit right here, especially around the holidays. That Charlie gives the engagement ring to Beth here by having the little box gift wrapped, and it's like, oh, it's such a sweet little thing. You gift wrapping the engagement ring. That's nice. Why don't I have more proposals like that, man? Anyway, so he basically kind of unwraps the ring is unwrapped publicly at the party. Like, oh, it's a nice, really sweet looking ring, big rocks. I'm not a jeweler, but it looks pretty expensive.
Yeah.
Let's see. So Wanda's a little jealous of this.
Again, this is kind of throwing shade on Wanda, whereas like, okay, are they going somewhere with this?
Well, you take us through some of this. Take us through some of this plot.
Sure. Well, you know, it's basically we got Floyd and Wanda kind of in the corner, and Floyd's like, you know, Wanda especially, like you said, is very jealous of this. You know, she's like, oh, why doesn't anyone buy me a ring like that, essentially? And then Floyd is kind of like, well, do you really think you deserve a ring like that? So, I don't know. These two kind of have like a little bit of a feisty chemistry with each other. So, and then we get the whole "you're going to be in for one hell of a surprise" line. Yep.
Then Floyd and Bert have a little chat. Bert's jealous. Wants Beth. He basically wanted Beth, but of course the army guy kind of stole her from him.
Mm-hmm.
He also wants. He wants. Sorry, guys. Just to clarify, I just want to make sure I'm not tripping everything here. Yeah, Bert's the son of the partner in the accounting firm, and he wanted to marry into the other side of it. You know, point is, he liked the girl and he wanted to marry into it, and also he wanted the business. His point is, he struck out on both of those side by side. So he's embittered.
He's kind of having a Tyrell Willick day.
Yep, I mean, one day the girl's spreading her legs for you, the other day you're choking her out.
Oh God. And the next thing you know, you're beating up hobos in the street, and it's all downhill from there. All right.
Yep, and your wife is doing this bizarre thing where she's kind of stabbing herself in very, very dangerous places, and she just really seems like a horrible mother initially.
Oh wow. Okay, I didn't mean to go that graphic.
Initially,
Mr. Robot references. All right.
Well, don't you want to wrap something around your head and laugh maniacally? Anyway, so moving on from Rami Malek's stunning portrayal, we have Jessica and Beth having a little chat here, basically asking about kind of sudden romance here, and Jessica assumes. Again, I love Jessica's so astute here with kind of the observation here. Again, just showing that she's really intelligent. She's a really great detective, really good deductive manner here, where she kind of says, well, probably because from being in combat, being surrounded by death and suffering so much, she that kind of motivated his hand in proposing to you, which makes a lot of sense. I mean, it sounds like sound logic to me. I mean, that's why probably he's living for the moment right now. That's why he's looking back.
Sure.
Let's see. The Forsytes inquire about Charlie's family. He mentions he has a foster sister. He's got grandkids. I'm sorry. Sorry. He has a foster sister, and they say, oh, they pressure him saying, oh, well, as long as we get some grandkids, Which I think it's kind of sweet.
Those in-laws, hardy har.
Yeah, but it's kind of a sweet line. I think the Forsytes are very likable people. Am I wrong in that?
I didn't pick up, I don't...
I'm not saying they're awesome. I'm just not saying they're the best ever.
Yeah, right. It's kind of like, let's not go down the debate we had with the Tig Santa. It's like, I thought they were okay.
Again, there was lack of debate on that. I was just saying I liked them.
I know, but let's not go down that road again. My
point is, I thought they were kind of nice, saying, oh, well, look, your family's more than welcome. If it gives us grandkids, that's even better. So, following that, essentially, I guess he's the Commissioner Gordon.
Who is the
show?
The police chief?
Yeah, I'm assuming that's kind of the role he serves, because he's always kind of talking with Jessica Fletcher, allowing her to solve the murders. It's kind of like a Gordon bat. Looking into
all right, Fletcher, even though you're not a real detective.
Well, you get a sense it's 9 seasons in. I'm the stupid thing of 9 seasons. He's still like, oh, Fletcher, stay out of police business.
Right, exactly.
And so like, oh well, Jessica, you have any ideas? I mean, it sounds pretty solid. Gordon Batman dynamic.
All right, we're having some kind of connection issues, dude. I don't know what's going on here. You're kind of cutting in and out a little bit.
All right. What about now?
Yeah, just keep going. We'll hope for the best.
All right. What was the last thing you heard me say?
Well, let me just kind of just continue on with the recap, though. So basically, Charlie goes up to Elizabeth and he's like, "Hey, babe. So, I've got a little secret for you. The only way you and I are going to get to spend some alone time together is if you come up to my hotel room." And then Elizabeth's like, "Do I have to make an appointment?" So these two are really lovey-dovey with each other.
Well, real quick, we kind of trade over the thing with the sheriff. The sheriff asked him about kind of if he wants to join for the pistol meet on Saturday.
Oh yes. Okay, good call. Good story, D.
That's important.
Right.
Yeah. Let's see. Moving on.
So now they're outside really great after the party, I think.
Yeah. Let's see. Right. Charlie invites her, Elizabeth there. Jessica senses a white Christmas a coming. Hazlitt hopes not. Jessica asks Seth. He hopes not. Jessica asks why. What's got Seth out of the Christmas spirit? And he shares a little story here that as a 10-year-old lad, he wanted a train set, and all he got was underwear and socks, and really saddened him. It sounds sad.
Okay, let's just chalk this up right now. Seth is the Scrooge, but at the same time, he is again. I kind of think it's a reoccurring thing with these specials this year. Dragon, he's the Scrooge, but he's also probably one of the more likable characters in the episode at the same time.
Oh yeah, again, I think if the sheriff is kind of her Commissioner Gordon, this guy's her Alfred.
Oh yeah. I definitely think this guy's her Alfred, if anything.
Yeah. I think yes, Dr. Seth here's definitely her Alfred.
Yeah, and also the Scrooge. Would you agree?
Yeah, he's a Scrooge, but he's not a murderer. Yes.
Well, no, I think he's a very nice Scrooge. I just think he's he's a little down on his, he's a little down on the holidays for very good reason. I think that's kind of a Scrooge archetype to have childhood memories related to why you don't like Christmas. Maybe a hint at my Better Call Saul, but I digress.
Yeah, I get that. I would agree with you. He's the Scrooge for our purposes. Yeah. Okay, let's see. So after again, it's really, I love the way the actor delivers that too. He has this really excellent line. I love the way he delivers as he says, just Christmas seems like a hollow promise.
Right. Yeah.
Really,
there's some good discussion about Christmas in this for sure.
And also, this really good follow up to kind of thematic. I guess comes back in the end. Says, I shouldn't be looking for toys anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Basically these days shouldn't be looking for toys anymore. I guess in some way saying, basically shouldn't be hunting for magic that might not be there.
Sure. It's a really adult lesson, but then again, this is basically a show for adults. So I think, it's like, look, like little kids are not going to be watching Murder, She Wrote. You know what I mean? So I feel like in that regard, I think it's cool that this show kind of points out some of the more adult themes around Christmas time, like consumerism and whatnot. And it does it in a very kind of contemplative way. And I really found that refreshing about the special.
I gotta tell you though, just the thought of children being traumatized by murder sure kind of amuses me.
Well, I don't think they'd be traumatized. I just think they'd be kind of bored, frankly.
Well, yeah, I'm just imagining that's the absurd thing. Like if some kids somehow were traumatized by murder she wrote.
All right.
Anyway, so we have sad Jessica moment. She's so sad. And again, Lansbury, Vera Farmiga's spiritual mother. The original Farmiga.
Oh God.
So let's see. So I'm thinking of that.
Oh no.
That Mel Blanc commercial. Or the new generation of old. Or the new generation of cute. So. Let's see. So Floyd offers to get here's a big setup line here. So Floyd offers to get Charlie a deal on a nice car like he's got in Portland.
Right.
Okay. So let's see. So Charlie gets in this car. He finds a little gift. He opens it up. It's not exactly a gift, but it's an awesome mixtape. No, it's a Willie Nelson cassette. What's in this?
I thought it was a mixtape at first. I was like, oh, that's sweet.
No, but it's a Willie Nelson cassette. And
then I was like, oh, that's even cooler. Right on. I love Willie.
Go on, take us to the rest of it. What is it actually?
Okay, so he puts it in the car tape player, and it's not Willie Nelson. It's not a mixtape. It is a blackmail message. So. We hear a familiar sounding voice saying, this is a friend of yours. I know the game you're playing. And then she basically instructs him to be at Sally's Landing, I believe, at a certain time.
Yep, at 10.
Okay, and then Liz gets in the car, and I really like this exchange. It's like the guy immediately turns off the tape recorder, and Liz is like, oh, I really love Willie Nelson. and then how does he avert her attention, Dragon?
He kisses her.
I don't think he kind of basically goes, goes full make-out session, I think. Full make-out. Anyways, so this is kind of a thing that we sort of glossed over a little bit with Fletcher. She was talking about how since Charlie was in the war, he's going to have this real worry about losing people, losing loved ones. That's kind of always going to stick with him. And we kind of get a little bit of this right here where Charlie's like, promise you'll always love me. He's kind of got a worried, he's got a little I'm sorry, Elizabeth notices he's kind of got a little bit of worried sound in his voice.
Yeah.
So it's kind of planting the seeds of doubt for these two a little bit. Planting those seeds. Okay.
Yep, so let's see. So Charlie listens to the tape, and he says he's got a little business arrangement he needs to take care of, so he excuses himself.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see. We see Jessica at the hardware store buying wrapping paper, I presume for the gift later on. Anyway, so she's buying wrapping paper at the hardware store. Again, just showing how inquisitive this Jessica Fletcher is. This is a great little clue here for later on, too, just in the plot, where she observes Amy getting news on the phone, basically listening intently on the phone.
Yeah.
Floyd is leaving for Portland as Jessica buys wrapping paper.
So, like we said, kind of just again, it's really impressive. There's like multiple layers of like deception and who's doing what, and it's not just about like who murdered who. It's more kind of about the overall grand scheme. You know what I mean when you rewatch it?
Yeah, I mean, the place is almost as suspicious as White Pine Bay with all their...
Well, you know what? I'm glad you mentioned that because I really did get a White Pine Bay vibe from this place. I really did.
Almost everyone seems like they have their suspicious...
That's what I'm saying. That's what I really like about this show. Again, it's kind of like CSI by way of Bates Motel. That's what I was talking about. Okay.
Now, all we need is a young Nestor... Carbonell meeting Angela Lansbury's long-lost daughter, who's a young neuroformic.
That'd be priceless, but unfortunately, Dragon time travel has not been invented yet. Make a note for like 15 years into the future, Christmas in July. Time travel to change Murder, She Wrote into a Christmas special with young Vermeer and young Romero. All right.
Yep.
And after that tangent.
Okay, let's see. So the point is Jessica, she's buying wrapping paper. Meanwhile, Charlie is she's picking up some clues. She's getting the wrapping paper. Meanwhile, Charlie leaves for a meeting. Says he'll see Elizabeth at 6. Let's see. So Charlie sees a woman, and he he sees a woman and he drives away, right? And we know who this woman is. I'm just saying. He sees a woman at the meeting place, and he goes away.
Right. It's like, ooh, what's that Charlie up to? Oh. Again, kind of casting shade on the protagonist, casting shade on on the person that, again, is a lot of layers here.
Yep. Okay. Anyway, so we see her at the community center. Where this community center, everyone's decorating. There's a Christmas tree for you.
Oh yeah.
I love all the classic decorations here, like making little kind of construction paper chains. They're
it's very like late 80s, early 90s. You know what I mean?
I love, again, just showing there might be some Formiga DNA here. That Jessica Fletcher, I love her adorable sweater she's wearing. Christmas cardigan.
Fletcher in the sweaters. I noticed that. I definitely noticed that.
I love this little kind of Christmas cardigan she's wearing. It's adorable. Again,
I mean, like Angela Lansbury, what can you say, man? She's a classy woman.
Yeah.
Okay.
God, it'd be so great if we had just Angela Lansbury do a cameo on Better Call Saul. It's never going to happen.
Oh, my God. Who would she play?
Well, one of the old folks, he helps out on a case.
Oh, okay. There you go.
But then again, I think it would be kind of the feeding logic of the universe where, they watch Murder, She Wrote, yet we have the actual character in the show. Bit of kind of old logic. That's why we'll never see it. Otherwise,
it's kind of like how I kind of want Lex from Jurassic Park to be an actual character in Mr. Robot.
God. Okay, anyway,
no, you're not. You're just a little Gen X whiner baby.
I told you my Mr. Robot ideas. We don't have time for that.
Yes, we don't have time for that.
So, Mrs. Forsythe here. Let's see what's going on. By the way, Mrs. Forsythe, played by a familiar face, the actress that portrayed Senator Ruth Martin from Silence of the Lambs.
Yes.
Remember the whole... And Senator, just one more thing.
Yeah.
Love your suit. Anyway, so... let's see. So she's... she's directing everyone about the balloons. She needs a few more balloons. Directing Wanda for the balloons. You get an instant kind of sense of dislike from Wanda and everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
basically no one's too crazy about Wanda. I think she's kind of sleeping around. She's not too.
That's the general vibe we get from Wanda. Again, that's what makes for an effective red herring, I think.
Yeah. Let's see. Who explains Floyd? Is that Amy or is that someone else who explains Floyd?
Who is explaining Floyd?
Is that Miss Forsyth or is that Amy?
I'm pretty sure it's Amy.
Okay, well, I don't know if she's. I don't have it written down here. I could be. I think I missed out.
I got to admit, I was flying by the seat of my pants when it came to like remembering the character's name. So my notes might not be the most reliable. I'm sorry about that.
I'm just saying. I see evidence of Miss Forsyth. I don't see evidence of Amy, but I could be wrong.
I think you could very much be right, dude. I think you're right, probably.
Point is pointed out to Jessica Fletcher. Another clue here that. It's explained to her that Floyd has no respect for women, which is definitely some setup for later on. You know, that Floyd, he's kind of a womanizer. We're talking about that Wanda, she's so terrible, and Floyd also. I mean, Floyd has no respect for women either. So let's see. There's some concern for Charlie. Right, it's Beth. I guess. Well, now she's talking to Beth because she addresses. I'm concerned for Charlie. Kind of left it randomly this one point. I don't know where he is. Well, why don't you meet him for lunch? You know, because she's afraid that some other woman might snatch up Charlie.
But Fletcher, it's lunch. Come on, Fletcher. I got the milkshake. Come on. No, I want to sit down and talk about the Adventures of Harvey novels that you want to write.
God. Anyway, so basically, again, Jessica's giving some good advice to Beth here, saying, well, look, you're going to face those doubts. I mean, if you have doubts, you go on, you face them. Have lunch with the guy. Sit down.
I swear to God, Angela Lansbury is, like, just the best grandmotherly, like, just the best advice. She's just super, super likable in this thing.
Like, just the perfect couple, Ed Asner and Angela Lansbury, somehow, to make that happen.
Oh, my God. I'm surprised Disney has not made that happen at some point.
So let's see. So they plan for it's basically Beth plans to meet Charlie at the hotel. Amy listens in on Floyd's call with a lady. I guess back at the hardware store.
Very suspiciously. Ooh. Suspicious activity upon suspicious activity. It's like an inception of suspicious activity. Ooh.
So I guess Amy wasn't there because it sounds like she's still.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah.
I could be wrong, folks, but I think that's the way it goes.
I think that's what we're going to go with. That's what we're going to go with.
Okay, let's see. So thanks to Jessica. Beth is off to the hotel, because basically she helped her kind of finish things off early so she could, dash to the hotel by noon. Hooray! Yep. But basically, after she leaves, someone says, "Where's Beth? I need 4 more balloons." Oh no! Then Jessica says, "Okay, I'll get it. Don't worry." And basically goes back to the women's locker room to tell Wanda, give her 4 red balloons. So Wanda asks if now I think, what do you think of Wanda here? Because Wanda she sounds a little presumptuous, saying, "Well, I'll," because they're really painting Wanda to be kind of this really.
I thought this was like an unnecessary line just to call attention to the locker.
Yeah, it's like they come in there and they kind of painting Wanda as kind of the tail.
I'll trade you the 4 red balloons for my lunch if you get my lunch for me.
What do you think? That's nice, or you think that's just kind of forced?
Like I said, I think it's just kind of forced in just to call attention to the locker.
Yeah. And basically, just looks like you got your lunch right in there, and a white bag right there. Just you close it real fast.
That's not suspicious at all.
Yeah, which you can definitely tell that our next path on kind of figuring out who was the murderer when the eventual murder takes place.
Sure.
Who that was. And I'm not saying they need to rush the murder. I'm just saying we were kind of caught off guard because the murder happens within the first, before the opening credits. That's what I'm used to.
Same thing with generally like stuff like CSI too, right?
Exactly. That's what I'm used to. With the it was a fresh and change of pace not to have the murder right from the beginning.
Okay.
Anyway, so point is, she finds that really suspicious. You can tell our next who we thought that the culprit was going to be was Wanda, because at the very least, because I knew in the description so there was going to be a blackmail them, so I got a sense. Okay, Wanda's behind the blackmail. I know that much.
Sure.
So, following the little locker, the obvious. Okay, she's up to something. She grabs the green balloons over the red balloons, and at first you think, okay, well she's really nervous about something. Well, no, she. Angela. I love that Angela deduces that she's colorblind. It's awesome.
Oh yeah.
Let's see. So, and she knows the proper terminology for it too, which is really nice. So let's see. So Beth surprises an empty room.
Oh boy.
She hears the tape. She goes to the place, following the instructions of the tape, and she witnesses Charlie kiss a woman as he greets her. Basically, kind of kisses a woman as a greeting, and she is heartbroken.
Scandal. I'm sorry, Dragon. There's not much commentary I can add to this besides like scandalous, suspicious. It's like, you know what's great? You know what they should add into Murder She Wrote is like Batman title frames, but instead of like pow, whap, zoom, it's like scandalous. Ooh. Like, oh, what a twist. Anyways.
There's imagine like Nelson Riddle music scoring this, like.
Seriously, I want some 60s campy Batman with my Murder She Wrote. Is that too much to ask?
Yes, that is too much to ask. So let's get back on point.
All right,
here. So as Beth is heartbroken by discovering that Charlie might be seeing another woman. Poor Beth. Mm-hmm. Let's see. So
parents are kind of delivering the news to Charlie that Beth's not going to join them for dinner, and Beth's sitting on the stairs, just crying on the stairs. Really sad. Really sad. Again,
she's basically playing.
She's not Formiga or Lansbury, but she is still kind of gets the Formiga so sad tears.
Yep, yeah. Basically, you see Beth in her robe upstairs. Basically, the parents say, "Oh, Beth's feeling old tonight, but she's not going to the car." But you know what? It really mean a lot if we have someone in the wedding party going there. So what do you say? So okay, I'll go. But he's showing some genuine concern for Beth, and we're going to find out. Like many a times, you have that the way that was staged. You can tell that was earlier scene, the heartbreak scene. There's a little more to it than what you just saw. So we're going to find out. We're going to be on Charlie's side on that one.
Mm-hmm.
See, so meanwhile, the sheriff leads the chorus because it was set up that our commissioner or the sheriff of the show knows how to sing.
Of course.
You got Seth's little snow barb, again, just kind of like pretty much saying, you can be a little little holiday cynic.
I'm the obligatory holiday cynic. Mwah. But I'm still likable because I'm a feisty old guy.
Absolutely. He's not being like, they're all terrible. No, he's like, he has this great, Angela Lansbury has this great line. It's Jessica Fletcher where she says, forget about the socks and underwear.
but Dragon,
think of the toy Dragon.
I have the black socks right here. They can borrow them if you want. You can have it, Fletcher. You can have the black socks. You don't have to forget about it.
So many references that it's as if we're setting up for something.
Right.
For what it could be. So anyway, the point is, she's saying, forget about the socks and underwear. Would you think of the toy drive? Think of what we're doing here. And it's really good stuff. I mean, it's kind of getting the guy into the hospital. By the way, our Scrooge here is going to be in a Santa suit. Well, at least he's going to be in a Santa suit, but someone else is going to be in a Santa suit too. We'll get to that.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be, again, another clever writing distraction to throw you off.
And this is really nice, though. After that, we see everyone's kind of dancing, and basically we see Jessica and Seth cutting a rug, which is really nice.
Mm-hmm.
Tells him the fire... this is really nice, though. The sheriff tells him the fire department did double what it did last year, which is really nice. All right, toy drive's going great. Super.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Toy drives, holiday charity, troops,
Christmas
dance, right. Christmas party.
Yep. Beat. I see Bert spots Beth for a moment there. Basically, we see Beth kind of elsewhere, and we see kind of Bert spots her for a moment.
Mm-hmm.
While he's on the phone, I guess. Meanwhile, let's see what's going on here. Charlie goes to call Beth. He assumes Beth is home, so he's going to call Beth. Meanwhile, Jessica suggests that. He suggests that Floyd. It's Floyd, right? He suggests that Floyd go rustle up the raffle committee.
Yeah. Something like that.
Yes, this is the other kind of red herring bit here, where she says the rustle. Okay, why don't you go? Says the Floyd rustle up the raffle committee, which puts him out of the room when all the bad stuff happens, which puts him as contender. So again, we have all our murder suspects here. Bert's kind of suspiciously looking at Beth.
I mean, for something that was just kind of cranked out, just 9 seasons worth, and into the 9th season, it is very impressive to see just how much thought went into the writing of this, and the mystery and whatnot.
So as Charlie said, he's going to look for a phone so he can make a call. He's Jessica spots Charlie seemingly following Wanda.
Oh boy.
Following Wanda, he follows her even to the women's locker room. Again, you're thinking, Charlie, what are you doing, man? You don't seem that innocent right now. You're going, they following this girl in the locker room.
Right.
Follows in the locker room. Santa hears a gunshot. As we see, as we see Seth in the Santa costume. Santa hears a gunshot. In the dark, we see in the dark someone else passes him, another Santa.
And then Wanda is dead, and I just have written down in my notes, what a twist! Like, generally, what a twist! Like, out of all the characters that I thought was going to get killed off, I did not think it was going to be her. I totally thought they were leading it down the route of her being the murderer.
Yeah, we think dead, but thankfully Dr. Santa's on the scene.
Right, of course.
And Wanda is alive, but she's in really bad shape.
So again, Dragon kind of having to point out, like, the title is a lie! The title is a lie!
Yeah, I think, oh my god, yeah, no one actually died in this.
No, I told you!
We were gypped! It's a lie! Oh, wait, hold it. Someone died, but they weren't murdered.
Aw.
Wait, does attempted murder, she wrote, count?
I don't know.
I don't know.
There's
attempted murder, I guess.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's see. So, one is not. Looks like one is going to take a bad turn. So it's up to Dr. Santa Seth here to kind of save her and work really kind of night and day to kind of make sure she's alive, get some answers. Which that's going to be kind of his theme of the episode. Let's see. So Seth tells him that Wanda's alive. The shooter was disguised as Santa Claus. Basically, kind of a little banter going on here just to kind of establish what we know about the case. Okay, shooter was dressed as Santa Claus. Wanda's locker was open. Is it basically, again, I love kind of a Gordon Batman dynamic here of Lansbury as Jessica Fletcher is just kind of saying, okay, well, did you think of this, Sheriff?
Mm-hmm.
Basically, Sheriff walking through possibilities with the expertise of Jessica Fletcher on the side there. Again, I think he's just at this point, look, I'm not even going to fight her on this. Just come on, tell me what you got, kid.
Right.
So, locker was open when we came in, so it suggests that something was taken from it. Okay, good point. Let's look into that. Beth confronts Charlie. Explanation. Basically, he's about to explain what all that was about. With the meeting the other women. That explanation is interrupted by Bert, who in this bugged the crap.
Come on, Bert! Come on, Bert!
Now this really did bother me a lot.
Bert is like the worst character in this episode. Would you agree? He's like the one character that keeps getting in the way.
Well, to be fair, I think we just kind of completely forget about him after this moment, so I don't really.
Fair enough.
But this bugs me. This is like on a forensic level. This is a horrible. This is really stupidly done. Bert, he brings in the gun on a pencil.
Come on, Bert.
Seriously, and that is the one. Again, it suggests that this is another red herring one for Bert, but then Bert just completely disappears in the episode. So again, folks, it's not perfect.
Exactly.
But I do think I do have to hold that against the episode. It is a missed opportunity.
Yes, I agree.
That's a big setup thing. They really call back on that. Like, hey, guy just brought the murder weapon in. You just happened to find it, and again,
it's pretty damn dumb.
Brings it in on a pencil, and I don't know how much. You don't carry a gun on a pencil. One, because there's the off chance you're carrying it. He's carrying it by the trigger essentially.
Right.
It's not like right under the trigger, but still like right behind it. It's dangerous still.
All right.
Anyways, point is, a guy suspiciously brings in a gun that no one's going to question, and again, that gun is definitely, and it's the same weapon that Charlie uses, which is not looking good for him. Nope. And they say, "Oh, well, you're not planning on leaving town, are you? What are you saying?" He says, "No, I'm not planning on leaving town." Let's see. So let's see. I'm just trying to jump ahead here. So again, army service weapon. It's looking bad. Not leaving town, and he takes. I wrote this. There's this bug crap I made too. He's in Bert. Not Bert. Now you got me doing it.
Come on, Bert.
No. Bert aside, Bert's just going to take a leave of absence now. Bert's just going to have some tea with Howard Hamlin right now.
Oh God.
No, but. Charlie, take Beth with you. Don't just leave. Explain things to her. Take her out and explain things to her. Don't just leave.
Right. I hear you. It's like, oh shit, all this stuff's going down and all the suspicions being cast on me. I have to go back to my hotel room.
Meanwhile, breakfast.
Hell yeah, holla.
So Flynn tells Seth, no. So Seth tells Jessica the bullet struck the occipital lobe, which avoided any real harm, but still it's like it's in there. So I mean, there's that much. It's pretty much it
all
avoided
bristle, no heart.
Yes, no bristle, no heart.
Yeah.
Let's see. So Charlie's been arrested for murder.
And then Seth reminds him, not murder yet.
Yes, not yet. Oh, right, yeah, this was really suspicious, too. I mean, someone just comes in and says, oh, did you hear Charlie's arrested for murder? Well, one, you don't know what's murder. How is again, I do have issues with this after that, few issues.
Yeah, you can poke some holes here and there. It's like with the murder thing, it's like, you do kind of just wish they kept her dead just for the sake of it. A, having actual living up to the title of the show, and B, just for the simplicity of the episode.
No, here's the thing. Do you remember which character is coming in here and telling them this?
Honestly, I don't remember. Is it the sheriff? I want to say it's the sheriff.
No, I'm saying it's either Beth or Amy, and that would be really helpful to know, but
I was struggling to even tell Beth and Amy apart. I hate to say it.
Well, there might be really important foreshadow here, but I don't know.
Right.
Darn it. Sorry, folks. I know we're a lot out of sorts on this one. We kind of delayed this one. It's kind of hurt us here.
No, it's fun. We're having a good time with it.
Point is, someone walks in, and point is, it puts a lot of suspicion on them initially. Like, one, you're claiming it's murder. Well, one, how do you know it's murder? I mean, the doctor working on it is the only one who's going to know if it's murder. So, one, how does she know? So, you're assuming it's murder. I think initially that cast a lot of suspicion on whichever character that was.
Fair enough. If it was Amy, then it would definitely fit in the context of what actually goes on in the episode. So,
right. Oh wait, I know it wasn't Beth. It wasn't Beth, so whoever it could be, I think it might be Amy.
All right, well, we're spending too much time on it.
Wasn't heard from Beth. Okay, moving on. Let's see. So again, all right, the forensics expert apparently they flew this to Portland overnight, which again I had more kind of questions about, but I'm not gonna hold that against them. Point is, they got information from forensics experts, which determined that it's the same bullet from the same gun shot Wanda. Mm-hmm. It's definitely Charlie's weapon, so that's not good for him. Let's see. They found the blackmail tape, which matched Wanda's voice.
Oh boy, that's not going to look good because that gives Charlie a motivation.
Oh yeah. I was told that Beth went to reason. Charlie told Beth. Charlie told Beth that he went to reason with the blackmailer, but he couldn't. He couldn't work up the nerve to. Mm-hmm. So let's see. So. Jessica ponders what she had on him, and we have the exit music gag. Well, we just have some really upbeat exit music, I guess.
Right.
Let's see. So then we got what do you got? Take us some more on this, would you?
Oh God, I'm struggling with my notes on this one, but let's see. They're speculating about the ring, like where Charlie get the money about the ring.
Right.
Basically, the whole gist of it is like Charlie's been secretive lately. And
the girl at the motel, which we're gonna find out who that was later. The point is, okay, so again, Beth saw him with the girl at the motel,
and then we get this great Angela Lansbury grandmotherly line. She's like, "I can't believe that Charlie intends to marry you, then continues an affair with another woman."
I love that Jessica, as an investigator, shows you like she's not being professional.
Grandmotherly. That's all I'm saying, man.
I mean, that's what's great about this thing. The idea that, okay, well, again, she's not kind of your typical cop or detective, working within the law here, so she doesn't have to kind of like remove her objectivity because of that. She's just kind of going on instincts and providing suggestions, which means she can hold this sort of instinctively. She knows, well, that's not really in his character. It doesn't really make sense for him to do that sort of thing. And again, providing it through that grandmotherly filter of like, oh no, I don't think Charlie would do that.
Sure.
Let's see. So after that, so following Jessica's defense there, who's she? I don't know if I'm trying to think where we are here. Floyd. All right. So who's I believe Jessica's talking to the sheriff, right?
I think you're right. Yeah.
All right, so it's mentioned basically that Floyd screwed after Floyd left town. Wanda, who was working as kind of the bookkeeper receptionist, I guess, she screwed up she screwed up the books at Floyd's place, which
so
really screwed him over. And then Floyd stops by delivering some light bulbs and elaborates further on that. Basically.
Oh, hey Floyd, you're here for plot convenience. Tell us about the plot.
Basically, he establishes that elaborates that Wanda embezzled money out of hidden funds that she kind of stored away in the books. So basically, when you do bookkeeping, you can hide some funds. It's illegal, obviously, and it was $400,000.
Sure.
Joe was a lot back then. lot today, but I mean it's much more back then.
Yeah, definitely.
So let's see. All right, there's a really great line where someone says, "Oh, it's really despicable to deprive the retirement folks of their independence." So again, it sounds like such like a Jimmy McGill would love that line. He would use that line. It just feels like it was so despicable.
What the idea is that she's taking out of old folks' retirement funds, right?
Yeah, which is really despicable.
Can we call her the Scrooge? I feel like she's more the Scrooge.
Well, remember she's shot, so she's kind of.
Okay, but is being shot like maybe when she gets shot, she goes on the whole like day Christmas past, present, future thing in the coma.
No, we don't really get to link up with her at the end. So I don't.
All right, fair enough.
I mean, she can be an unconscious Scrooge.
Unconscious Scrooge. All right.
Unconscious Scrooge. Anyway, so let's see. So they call. Let's see. Sorry, folks. Just a little foggy in the mind here. Sorry. Basically, there's a question of what provoked the attack. What provoked the attack? Was it blackmail or embezzlement?
Mm-hmm. Well, those are two different kettles of fish, Miss Fletcher.
Yes, and the question is raised. Was the tape necessarily for Charlie? It could have been meant for someone else because it doesn't specify Charlie exactly.
Sure.
Beth had access to basically going through things here. Beth had access to the hotel room and the tape, which Jessica refuses that one. It's like, no, Beth, no, heavens, no, she didn't do that. No. Let's see. So then we're at the motel. We're looking for clues here. Jessica meets. We're at the motel. Not the motel. I don't know. We're at the motel, and Jessica's trying to meet the mystery woman, and she does, and it's not a lover, it's his sister. Oh my God, they're doing that on Christmas.
Oh my God, oh geez. Okay, now it's really Bates Motel. Come on, people.
Caleb. No. Caleb, why? No, it's not at all.
No, it's actually they're
just
brother sister folks. It's fine.
Yeah, again, it was a little kiss greeting.
I guess so. It was the early 90s. It was a different time, apparently.
Yeah, anyway, so we meet his sister, Monica.
Yes. We're going to be talking about another Monica sometime soon.
Yes. Anyway, so let's see. So he offers to make... basically offers, hey, there's something that's gonna make Howard Hamlin really happy. Offers to make some tea in the two chat, and then we have the daughter reveal here. We meet Charlie's daughter, not Monica's, Belinda. I'm now thinking of the Muppets show. Little Belinda's out there.
Little Belinda.
God. Anyway, so before it's a kind of expositor here that before Beth, way before he met Beth, he knew a woman named Belinda Nordstrom. And before he was married, he's about to marry this girl here. She was with child. They were about to get married, but he was called to the Persian Gulf. It's called the Persian Gulf. Belinda died in childbirth. Really unfortunate. Monica took care of the kid, given Charlie's mental state coming back from the conflict. He's really in bad shape until he met Beth.
How Charlie was definitely having all these fears of Beth losing Beth and everything.
Absolutely, and again, I think it's a really well woven mystery here.
I do too.
again, I think it's like really good rationale, good reasoning for Charlie to stay behind. Again, Charlie's not a bad guy in the sense you understand why he's doing these things. It makes a lot of sense for his men. You come back from war, you're gonna have a man saying again, losing someone really close to you, the mother of your child. That's also a big, big coming back from war where you've lost people to losing more people. That's gonna do some number to your mind.
Mm-hmm.
Which Beth, again, eventually he met Beth, which helped him kind of get out of that funk. And he didn't tell Beth out of fear that. Out of fear of her reaction, of fear like you have a child and all of this.
Sure.
And again, Charlie's fears of losing people that she'd leave him, which again she's the one helping him establish his sanity essentially, and that's. Really
I definitely think besides Fletcher herself, I think Charlie's supposed to be the main protagonist of this special.
Well, from Fletcher. Yeah, sure.
Well, aside from Fletcher, I'm saying Fletcher is obviously the big star of the show, but I'd say Charlie is probably the guy that we're rooting for out of the, kind of the ensemble cast that's only going to be in this episode.
Well, I mean, I think he just kind of falls into the position of a victim you want cleared.
But that's what I'm saying. I think he's a sympathetic victim, and I think there's a lot of good things about his backstory, a lot of emotional depth to his character.
Yeah. So let's see. So Jessica understands Charlie's. I love Angela Lansbury. She can just the way she delivers it. It's really hard to explain, folks. Just the way she basically the way she says makes any decision you make okay. She could explain the most horrendous.
That's a good way to explain it. Yeah.
So she explain the most horrendous things and make it sound like, oh well, he had a good reason though. Basically, Jessica. No, I'm not saying Charlie did anything horrendous. I'm just saying she just says that in a way of she can get away with anything as long as it was Angela Lansbury saying this. Basically, says, well, I understand Charlie's decision based on the in-laws' expectations. Basically, I understand those. Pressure put on Charlie. I understand.
Oh man.
But again, it's I understand. Completely. Again, it's in a similar way to Veer for me. I would give her the deed to my house.
Just Angela Lansbury, Vera Farmiga. You can move into my house on the condition that I get to watch a hidden camera sitcom show with you two in it. That's all I want.
Yes. And you allow Howard Hamlin to come over and make you tea.
Absolutely.
Okay. Anyway, so let's see. So Jessica pieces it together in this moment here where she sees a little Belinda playing with a little red and green balls, and she all pieces. This is great. This is a big moment. I assume is in every episode where Jessica puts it together simultaneously in a moment. It was all an accident. Thank you. I love it. So adorable. The way she thinks. I never would have figured I wasn't for little Belinda here. Thank you. Mm-hmm. I'll need a phone and a phone book. Amy leaves, wishes Floyd a Merry Christmas. Jessica calls. Amy listens in. Again, that was very suspicious. And again, I think the big question towards the end here is okay, so Tiki.
Yeah.
At this point in the episode, I was figuring. You can still hear me, right?
Yeah.
I was figuring. Okay, it's gonna be one of these two. One of these two are gonna be the murderer or the attempted murderer. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a fair deduction.
Again, seemingly I was leaning towards Amy because she's listening in on the calls, and it's okay, that's what she was doing earlier. Okay, I'm piecing it together there, and then what Floyd does here, I'll admit, I bought into it. Basically, so Jessica's on the phone here. She pieces it together. She calls. Amy listens in, asks for a meeting at 7 o'clock. Again, this is fueling my fire for I. Let's say who we called. Unless you called the actual one here, I called Floyd as the killer.
Yeah, I was pretty much onto it at this point. But again, I think the strength of the episode isn't necessarily that. I think it does a good job kind of leading you to the eventual result instead of just trying to be okay, it does kind of okay, guess which one, but it's not necessarily as much as who the killer is. It's so much kind of it does a good job of setting up all kinds of different scenarios that could possibly happen throughout the course of the episode, and they have a ton of red herrings that way.
Yeah, because I was thinking, what led me on thinking Floyd was the guy before we have a big kind of red herring moment right here. Mm-hmm. Again, I was thinking he was out of the room. He was getting real chummy with Charlie, getting the car in Portland, all that sort of stuff. And I figured he seemed at the beginning to be set up as he was womanizing. He was with Wanda. Again, I think it was all kind of clicking, leading to us to the Floyd direction. Then we had this moment happen.
I hear you.
For me, he clinched it initially.
Okay.
Where he instantly snaps at Jessica and he's saying, why do you think I have a key to Wanda's locker. He says, well, you own a hardware store. You make copies of keys, don't you? And then he comes in, oh, yes. Hey, I'm thinking, okay, Floyd's the guy. He's absolutely the guy. Come on. And then, let's see, so after that, Jessica then asks if Amy, if Amy can come down with her, and Amy is left at this point. Then I'm thinking, oh, wait, is it Amy? But then we have this moment that makes it, okay, forget Amy, she's out the window. She's no way she'll be able to kill her, because then Floyd grabs a gun. Just shows you how gullible I am. Grabs a gun.
Oh yeah.
Well, we know he's going to try to murder Angela Lansbury. We know it's not going to work because there's still 2 more seasons. But no. So let's see. So
Angela Lansbury's dead. Call him Betty White.
Oh, don't even joke about that. Anyway, so we're in the locker room now. Floyd goes for the locker before anyone's there. Amy beat him there. Amy knows. Basically, I'm sorry, you want to take us to this?
Yeah. So yeah, she basically said that she took everything out of the locker yesterday for safekeeping. Then what are you doing here? Funny thing you ask you that, because it's the ladies' locker room. I don't know. I'm sorry, my notes are bad. I'm sorry.
All right. Let me see. So basically, she confronts him, saying, "Wanda tried to blackmail Floyd." Basically, it's established, okay, Wanda tried to blackmail Floyd. Amy listening on the phone calls, and Floyd was the one who invested the money, not Wanda. He pawned it off on her.
Sure.
Floyd embezzled the money, and Amy shot Wanda. It was the one in the Santa suit who shot Wanda. I love that in that little intro you see a Santa Claus. Did you from the get-go think the Santa Claus was female?
No.
Who did you call as the murderer?
Honestly, probably Floyd. I was probably more on the Floyd train than the Amy train.
No, I'm with you. Again, I told you I was Floyd. It's nothing to be embarrassed about. Again, they were both, they were kind of
again, because the fact that I was kind of convinced about it until it actually happened does kind of say that they did a good job of weaving in the mystery.
Yeah,
I feel like I'm being a little bit repetitive with what I'm saying about this show, but anyways.
Anyway, so Amy shot Wanda. Floyd offers to share the cash, but it's not about money.
it's what you give to everyone else that matters, which is a legitimately good lesson.
Yeah, which she kisses him. Basically, she crazily did all of this for Floyd to save him, because Wanda, out of revenge, is blackmailing Floyd for the embezzlement. But then, basically she kind of saved Floyd's bacon by shooting her, but then now finding this out, like, oh no. Yeah. Point is, Amy. Oh my God, Amy's crazy, and now she knows. Make me. And then she did this. And then she says, "Make me think what I did was worth it." So again, she's still kind of full Harley Quinn here. She's on his side here. She wants to be with this guy.
Sure.
But then this bit, again, this is another bit in this episode. Again, I'm not fully sold on this. I mean, I like this episode. There are a few things just don't make sense to me, and this bit right here is one of them. Just why, after this, David then draws the gun on her, basically avoiding liability, I guess, saying, "Amy, you know too much," and basically saying, I can't worry about you, Amy, and you knowing stuff, and just, well, why hold the gun on her? Just tell her this, and then you won't be, caught for this next crime you've now been committed of.
Yeah. It's, I don't know, man. It's like, to tell you the truth, when I watched it, I was just kind of like hooked up in the cheesiness of it, but I gotta say, the cheesiness of Lois and Clark actually holds up with a good story. It's not that it isn't a good story, it's that there's certainly more plot holes that we can pick up. This definitely isn't a perfect product. It's definitely a sign of its time in a lot of ways.
Yeah. I mean, here again, so basically, right before he basically throws her up against the locker and says, I can't risk you, doing stuff. And he holds the gun on her. And again, I was hoping the whole tension of the scene was going to be she was going to shoot him.
Right.
But it wasn't. It was just kind of really okay. And then why you randomly put a gun on her, then is interrupted by Jessica and the sheriff here. Sheriff takes them both into custody as Jessica explains Wanda's colorblindness.
And I assume that this is kind of like a running trend in Murder, She Wrote, where Jessica's kind of just like laying out like, here's what happened, and here's how this person did this, and here's how this person did this.
Yeah, this is in almost every show.
Sure,
and Monk does this all the time, where Monk. The formula for Monk's really simple. After I'm not going to tell you the whole thing, but just the ending in this sort of moment is that Monk in the third, like right before the ending of the third act, I guess Monk will say, "I know the guy." He always uses the term "the guy," the guy, and then we have basically a moment where Monk explains and everything's kind of if it's not in black and white. I'm sorry, it's not always black. We kind of basically go through Monk kind of explaining, and then he did this and this and this, and then basically that's the guy.
Sure. So same basic format here, except what do you think of this colorblind twist, though?
I think it's good. I think it's clever.
Yeah, I like it.
Again, Angela Lansbury kind of figured. Sorry, I know I keep calling her Angela Lansbury. I know it's Jessica Fletcher.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
So Fletcher here. So she basically, through because one was colorblind and the cars were identical. They were same make and model, which again was automatically buying one of those cars is what Floyd was going to do for an important one. She tossed it in the wrong car, thinking it was Floyd's car.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, green and red car definitely plays into the colorblindness. So. Okay, let's just after Jessica explains you threw in the wrong car. Amy and she took note of Amy overhearing the phone conversations, and then she figured Amy overheard the gun conversation at the party, which is pretty loud. Hey, Charlie, you have your service weapon? Want to join us at our pistol party on Saturday? So yeah, it's pretty okay. Well, she probably heard that, and she probably stole.
Oh, sure, I have a loaded weapon in my hotel room that I'll just bring over. Sounds
Absolutely.
Like a plan.
Yep, which Amy heard, and she used that. Now let's see. So then Amy she wore a Santa outfit. Basically, she waited in the locker room, waiting for the person to come, waiting for one to come by, shoot her, boom, take the money. Out there. Basically, she did it all for Floyd. Crazy with low self-esteem. That's what she was. That Amy.
You know what? At least you didn't do it all for Bert, because Bert was just kind of a jackass.
Yeah, with a cool last name.
I won't deny that.
Not as cool as Savage, but just it's the runner-up, though.
Max Savage! Okay,
let's just. Now we're at the Christmas party. This is our ending here, folks. We're at the Christmas party. And I think it's a sweet ending. It's a really nice ending here. We're at the Christmas party. The Forsyths love their new grandkids. So again, they were really accepting of the news. I mean, they don't care. They have a grandkid, whether it's by biology or not. It's awesome.
I thought that was a really, really nice progressive message to show, like, way back in the 90s. I was really happy to see something like that.
Yeah, and it all worked out. Wanda, and this is the reason that I will agree. I think keeping Wanda alive serves this bit real nicely, and this is the only kind of good bit they have there. I like that they didn't sweep it on the rug. I think the easy choice would have been the killer Tiki. Don't get me wrong. I mean, again,
yeah, I was expecting that would be the easier choice for sure. But
I think they earned it with this bit here, because this bit really, I really love this Tiki. That what kind of restored Seth's Christmas spirit here was the fact that he really worked hard and hard around holidays, and he saved one, and that really kind of restored his Christmas spirit. Basically, kind of bringing someone back to life, essentially, just basically saving someone on the brink and working like the Dickens to do it. He and Angela, he and Jessica exchange gifts. Sorry, the two of them exchange gifts, and this to me, this is really.
This is an adorable freaking ending. This is like almost on level with like the Santa Claus 2, where all the people in the gym get what they want, like the rock and robots.
Seriously, that's the best scene of that whole franchise.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm still high on Santa Claus 2. Santa Claus 2 is really underrated.
Yeah, basically, so Seth he got a train, like a little, like the head, the main, the first
so
part of the
cute.
train.
It's so cute. That's all I can say. It's just like, oh my god, oh Fletcher.
Yep, and again he said, saving Wanda, everything seemed brighter. Again, after saving this girl's life, everything seemed brighter. We got the train he always wanted, and that's really sweet. Let's see. So then, Christmas should remind us what could be, not what is, and that's kind of the message of the thing. Let's see. So Right. He had a really Seth gets a lot of really good lines because he then says, I guess I was still looking under the tree after all these years," and basically explaining like now he has a brighter outlook on Christmas after saving the girl's life, and I was looking under the tree all this time for stuff that.
Yeah, you know what? That's a really, really good motivation to keeping the girl alive because it brings the Scrooge and his arc full circle. I actually think Seth is probably one of the more likable and one of the more appropriate Scrooge arcs that we've had because we've been pretty loosey-goosey about the Scrooge arc so far, with the fusion Scrooges and everything. I think Seth is a very satisfying Scrooge arc.
Yeah. Right. So then we have...
Go ahead.
And we have an old Christmas song. Yeah, "We Wish You Merry Christmas, Carolers Outside." And we have this really adorable ending. Do you remember it?
Not all of it. I'm sorry.
It's just really simple. Basically, they're all gathered by the window watching the Carolers, and him with the train in the one hand, just saying "Merry Christmas, Jess," and she says "Merry Christmas, Seth," and all. It's like,
aww. That's a Hallmark moment, folks. That is a Hallmark moment.
And probably re-aired on the Hallmark
It
channel.
probably did. All right, so that is Murder, She Wrote, The Christmas Secret. Final thoughts, Dragon.
It's solid. I mean, it's got a few plot holes, but again, it puts you in the Christmas spirit. It's a very decent mystery. Again, I'm loving Seth and Jessica's dynamic, and again, I think the ending was the best part. That was all really good stuff.
Yeah, I was really satisfied with it. Honestly, I probably liked it a little bit more just watching it than I did actually breaking it down. Because, yeah, you're right. When we actually do kind of talk about it and break down, like, I do think the mystery in itself is a lot more impressive and well-written than the typical episode of CSI or something like that. Having said that, there are some plot holes, and there is some kind of, like, mid-90s cheesiness here. But it's a good kind of cheesiness for the most part. Obviously, Angela Lansbury's charming as all hell. The one thing that Dragon and I were kind of struggling with was kind of like the character names and who was doing what and who was saying what. So we apologize on our behalf for that, especially me, because, But anyway, so Dragon, let's go through the tropes really quick.
Well, we have the coveted Christmas gift.
The coveted Christmas gift. Oh, yes.
Get decorations.
What about family gossip over Christmas? I feel like that's something.
Yeah, sure. That sounds right.
Okay. Christmas wedding / engagements.
That's a rare one. But I mean,
that's a rare one. All right. If it's rare, let's not. Okay.
Let's see. So we got someone dressed as Santa Claus.
Of course, and then of course Seth.
Murder.
Also our Scrooge.
What about Murder at Christmas? That one sound right?
I would say maybe like.
Well, actually, wait, hold it. There's no murder. Never mind. There's no murder. Everyone's fine.
No. But I do think there's some sort of category for this that we're like some sort of like maybe I want to say like scandal around the holidays or something like that. I'm gonna call it that.
Okay.
Scandal on the holidays. Holiday scandal.
Yeah, we have Christmas caroling.
Toy donations.
Yeah.
Toy drive.
Let's see. We got reuniting with family over the holidays, including sister.
Definitely.
I mentioned decorating the hall, so it's
yeah.
So that
it's pretty standard stuff. I got to admit, there's not really.
Was it snowing at the end?
I want to say it was. Yeah, I want to say so.
What is there's talk about snow? And
all right.
It's like there's talk about like it's gonna snow, fat chance, that sort of thing. So yeah, there's some snow.
Okay.
All right.
So yeah, Murder, She Wrote, very, very conventional show. Very, they've got it laid out into not just a Christmas special formula, but a formula of murder mystery and a formula of kind of like syndicated mystery drama on TV. We're not looking for that, but we are looking for the Christmas formula. We're digging to look deep down into the tropes and find the formulas and find the recipes that work to create the ultimate Christmas special. God damn it. I don't care how many Christmas in Julys it takes.
Yeah, but Tiki, I mean, I think the real mystery we have to ask ourselves is, what in the blazes do we call this process? What do we call this investigative process, Tiki?
We would call it putting the mistletoe underneath the microscope. Next time on Christmas in July. Fa la 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 la. Oh, come on, Bert. You screw up everything, Bert.